Okay, so here I am again. I want to show you guys what it looks like cleaning out another hive. This is a colony I'm about to install a package in, and these frames were just left out here all winter, out in my yard. And so looking through them, I cut this. You can see those larger cells are all drone cells. I don't really want many of those, and so this was in it. I just cut it all off. I did leave this top portion because I don't use plastic frame foundations. And so this is enough wax on there that it should give them a good guide that they'll draw more comb out of. They'll probably draw some brood in their drone comb, but my hope is that they'll draw regular size cells. Just for reference, this size is more of a regular size cell. See, a bee just already found it. This is full of pollen. There's a little honey left over. You can see how it's all chewed up. That's just natural from what happens. The bees will clean it out. And the other video I posted of me cleaning the frames of foul brood. Really, colonies, if they're healthy and strong, they can do a lot of that cleanup themselves. I just like to save them the hassle. This is a good one. You can see it's nice and white. It's clear because I don't use any plastic foundation. So this is just what they've drawn on their own. And you can see there's still some pollen, and the brown area is where the bees have laid eggs before broods hatched. So I pull all this out, and I'll give them all this comb to start. This is one that was a plastic. The only time I use plastic foundations is when a colony first starts. I will occasionally, just to keep them drawing it in line. Otherwise they'll kind of draw comb in a weird pattern. But for the most part, I don't really use plastic foundation. So there's another one like that. Let's see, grab my hive tool. Let's see, this is another one. This is called a middle bar frame. This is made by the Honey Company. You can see their YouTube channel. They're just called the Honey Company. Again, it's not in perfect shape, but the bees will clean everything out. See, I haven't even messed with this one yet this year. This is one more plastic one. Also, these frames are, this frame here is 4 years old, and when I first started beekeeping I didn't know whether to use plastic or not, and so I did, and that's why there's a few more plastic ones in this than you'll find in any of my other hives. This is another good example. This was all drone comb. For the most part, some of the lower things right here, this is regular size cells. But up here is drone comb, and the bees drew it out for drones and for their normal worker bees, but then they filled it with honey, so it's kind of dark in color and it sort of looks like a mess, but you can smell it and tell whether there's any foul brood in there, and these don't have foul brood, and so there's no problem putting this in a hive. The bees will use it, and that's not going to be a problem. There's a wasp. Take care of the wasps. Now there's all this other junk in the bottom. So what I do is I just scrape it a little bit on the sides to keep it clean. It's sort of a mess. These are used to tie and keep netting on the hive when I moved them. But you just scrape them out, and I'll take this bottom board and take my hive tool and just kind of scrape this out. Again, a healthy colony will do this on their own, but I like to just give them a head start, save them a little bit of work. And this was a healthy colony. They died because of varroa mites, so it wasn't there weren't any diseases or anything. So then I set my main body back on, put my frames back in, and I'll be ready to install my package. Thanks.